buzzing. So what did that title say again?
The first step to mastery.
It's funny because, we say you start getting of like mind. You kind of get, to me, in the same vibe. And it's really fun to see that happen because for the studio, it says on the pamphlet in the front of it, the journey begins when you take your first step. And what I channeled in my writing on Tuesday are 7 points. So I thought, wow, some cool coincidences. So today, I have some, I guess, since he's talking about truth as part of that subject, that was the first page of my presentation. This was the first thing that was written through me when I was asked for my first class, when John says, you have homework. Ah. So I just said, step out of the way, buddy, we got this. So I'm the radio. So we're going to open with that, and then we're going to have some fun and play a game later. So what is truth? The answer is in the question, for truth is what is. Truth transcends the realm of polarity. It has no opposite. For lies are the language of fear. Truth has a forked tongue, for it is both nectar to the seeker and venom to the darkened. When we look at the eye of Horus, we see there's only one eye, not two. This image is a visual representation of the singularity of truth. There is no duality and no opposite. There's no polarity to which it is expressed. It does not display aspects of masculine and feminine, for it is singular and universal and applies to the all from the all. Truth is beyond right and wrong, because eventually both paths will lead us to the same place. If love is God's presence and grace is God's hand, then truth is God's voice. Mankind's response in this dialogue of truth is pure joy and enlightenment. Light men. Universal law each contains universal laws, not rules. Each contain an aspect of the truth, but none individually contain the whole truth. There are no bad people or things, but there are many bad ideas. Isn't that the truth? I still like this one after all these 2 years. Pray daily to always see the truth in all things, and it will surely set you free. For the truth of the matter is, we are the matter of truth. For many of us, our beliefs and philosophies stand for the truth. A belief is a concept made up and accepted as truth by the small mind, then clung to like a possession or idol. In dance, it's much easier, I say, to change somebody's body than change the idea of themselves, right? Changing minds are much harder than bodies. I got the easy job. John, you got the hard one. So we cling to them like idols. These beliefs are like leaves on a tree, moved by the wind. But it's not the wind that moves our beliefs. It is truth. Our beliefs are only temporary, as they are eventually blown from our tree, falling to the ground, to be replaced by new ones. Keeps us flexible, right? We are here to learn the whole truth of who we are. So do not be a leaf on a tree and cling so hard to old beliefs and ideas. Instead, become a beautiful ship sailing on the sea of faith to great adventures and discoveries. Let us set our sails high and let the winds of truth carry us home. So, yeah, they send me good stuff. Next thing, before we start, is it okay if we turn off the false essence or fluorescence? Is it okay? Because I got to get this in a certain place. Just the false ones, the vacuums. Or is that not enough light for you to film? It just helps.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Whoa, shoot. No, can we turn on these? I got to see everybody. Is that it? Is that all we've got?
No, I just turned it up.
Ah.
Perfect.
Okay, good. So the first thing is, when the student is ready, it does, we all think this guy in white's going to come up and tap us on the shoulder. The teacher is an experience, right? A whisper in the wind. It can be the hardest thing you ever did. Those are the good teachers. I mean, I've learned more from my mistakes than my accomplishments, right? But when we're in a challenge, when and we're facing things and we just don't know what to do, there may be a situation we don't always see 2020 until we look back. We go, it was all set up. That was the movie. I just played the lead actor in that baby. So, first thing is, if we could all take out our light worker oracle guidebooks. Did we all get this when we were born? Oh, no? Okay, well, I'll read you some of mine. I'll share mine with you. I wish, right? Yeah, the light oracle guidebook came with these amazing cards. This is the card look like. And this is, I believe, this is a great side. And this is what I believe that we're going through right now, humanity's paradigm shift. So I need to talk for these guys for a minute. Being human. Getting old ain't for no sissies. Thank God I can still dance. No. All right. You don't have to see much. You got to feel a lot. All right. You are undergoing a radical growth in your belief systems. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open, and a new world can become your reality. Buddhists sometimes speak of the beginner's mind, that which assumes nothing and is therefore open to everything. A spiritual psychologist might call this the inner child, as it is innocent, curious, unfixed, and always learning. This is how we make our student ready. It doesn't get stuck on an answer having to be one way. There is openness to the unknown with curiosity instead. Old souls can sometimes find it hard to recapture their not knowingness. Asking somebody with a lot of life experience who may have become a bit world weary to drop expectations and to look at the world through fresh eyes can be challenging. Yet life becomes more energizing and interesting when you're open and don't hold expectations about what will be. Suddenly, you are receptive to the universe helping you in ways that in the past you did not believe possible, all because you kept an open mind. So I thought, well, perfect, okay, good thing to start with, thanks. When the student is ready, we all have very busy lives. There's always a thing to do, a person to call, a paper to write, and a deadline to fulfill. Many of us can get caught up in this menagerie of make and do that we go days, months, and even years forgetting to be, to play, to feel, and to experience our lives as who we all truly are. PhDs, precious hosts of divine, and precious little God babies. We must be careful of this karmic cycle of programmed responses, unconscious pattern repetitions, and a fear survival motivated life path. The be and play classroom tends to be the best place to find students with open minds and a light and loving heart, and in which I find is the better classroom for us, the students of the third dimension, having our close encounters of the third kind. Y'all saw that one.
Yeah.
I get to add stuff. We are not computers or robots. We can make them, play with them, and use them. But let's not be slaves having to report to them every single day. Here's my plug. Okay, let's allow ourselves to more time for the physical, family relationships, nature, group activities, singing, and dancing, and all other sorts of joy-filled goofing off. They sure do help us reinforce this third dimensional physical experience we came here to this sphere to learn from. And so to cut and polish that facet in our soul diamonds. After all, we are the feeling, emotional, and physical experiences of our Creator. So, let's figure out how to play a game. So I brought props. Before we do this, I just want to put us in a different, passive state, alpha state. So we're gonna listen to this and just let it go until we're in a most receptive place, and then we'll go and move on and have some fun. So if you just follow this until you can't hear it anymore, then I'll bring us into our play state, hopefully, because that was my intention I set previously. So let's see. All right. So we're going to play a game. So and 9 only, or 9 and under only, not 9 and up. So that's where I'd like you to find yourself and some of your pals. That person's still there. So that's where we want to be right now when we're listening to the rest, okay? So we're going to play this game, all of us. All right, but first we've got to make some intention. Here it is, here it is. Did I forget that one? No, I didn't. Okay, so we're just going to do a little affirmation. So if you could repeat after I say this, very simple. We are the children of light living in the land of Chem.
We are the children of light living in the land of Chem.
I am a child of light living in the land of Chem.
I am a child of light living in the land of Chem.
We will play as the children of light as we spread joy and love in the land of Chem. We will play as the children of light as we spread love and joy in the land of Chem. I reversed. I will play as a child of light spreading joy and love in the land of Chem.
I will play as a child of light spreading joy and
Love in the land of Chem. All right, there will be a quiz after. Don't talk back to the teacher. I'm just kidding. All right, we got to sound the battle cry now. Ready? It's Kalu. Ready? Kalu! Okay. At the end of this presentation, it was a very amazing thing they were sending. My friend Mary, she's been being pushed to the pen, and came running in the door yesterday. And we were writing almost at the same times, and dropped this off. So at the end I'm going to read something from my friend Mary, just to close. Okay. So let us figure out our part in this wonderful game we call life. 7 points. First, we can't get too many rules. Can't have too many rules. That makes it too complicated and no fun. So we got their piece. All right, ready to go. Once you're on the board, you can't leave until the game is finished. Nobody likes a poor sport or a quitter. Been there. It's much easier when you're friends with all the players and you're all having fun playing fair, because nobody likes a cheater. Acknowledge the good players and learn from them. Being jealous and bitter distracts us from opportunities distracts us from the opportunities when it's our turn to make our big move. The best players are in the moment and aware, using good intuition, instincts, and strategy, but not overthinking every move. There is a 5-yard penalty for delay of game. So I was like thinking, I don't know. Come on, move your piece. Take your turn, roll the dice, and always be willing to take your licks. And always remember, if you're not number one this time, there's always another game. This is a message from Marianne Staffen. Life has molded you into something extremely beautiful. It is like an artist's hand molding a block of clay into a sculpture. Each piece of clay the Creator removes and molds helps us transform the block of clay into what it was intended to be from the beginning. The artist will spend hours, maybe weeks or months, even years to refine the sculpture to meet the vision seen in the mind's eye. We too are like a piece of art being transformed into something closer to our truest form. The struggles, heartaches, and losses are the tools that help us smooth the rough edges, changing and molding our reality. Through the artist's hands, our soul's hands, our original form begins to take shape, layer by layer. What did not support us, what did not support was what was meant to be. What was not support and not meant to be will be removed, revealing the masterpiece that was there from the beginning. So I'd just like to close with a little statement and a prayer that was written through me. I came here to learn the art of human beingness, to cut another facet in my soul diamond so that it will shimmer and reflect back to ever more brilliantly the light and love of my Creator. So just remember this in all those times in our lives when we are under pressure, that God is helping us as co-creators to shape our beautiful souls. Today is the only day. Now is the only time. Here is the only place for God's eternal grace. Dear God, help me to allow my thoughts and ideas to be created by inspiration and wisdom, to consciously apply truth and love to every situation. Lead me to freedom from my negative fears and actions. Help me to know, feel, and form my true mission in this life as part of your spirit in your kingdom here on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen. Thank you.